Hey everyone, it's kayflye and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. Today I'm building a Scandinavian style family home in Mount Komorebi. This build was actually surprisingly fiddly for something with a really simple design. The layout is not too complicated. As you'll see, it's got a fairly open first floor and then it's got a small second floor. But I was looking at this really cool reference picture and I was really trying to make my house look the same as theirs. And sometimes when you look at a real house and then you try to make it in The Sims, the proportions don't really work out right. And that was a big issue I had here. And you'll see as the video goes on and I try to put it in the floor plan, I had to fiddle around a lot with the size of the house so that I could actually fit in everything that the family needs. But this house is designed for like some parents living with two kids, or like, a teen and a child. Because there'll be a kid bedroom and then there's a parent bedroom. And overall, I was really happy with how this build came out. I felt like it's different than a lot of other things I've built, which was kind of fun. And it also looked enough like the picture that I was super, super proud of myself. And yeah, I think it turned out just how I wanted it to. And I tested a lot of different things, as you can see right now with the windows, where I thought I wanted to do things one way and then I tried it out and then it didn't work and then I tried to make it work and then I just changed my mind. I was like, I'll go with something else. I also wanted to be able to pretend that there was a garage on this house, even though obviously we don't have real cars in The Sims. So I used one of those doors from City Living and I put that on to pretend it's like a garage door. And then later on, I put a debug car in front of it. So if you like to pretend that your Sims like have a garage and a car, then I'm sure you'll really like playing in this house because you'll be able to do that. And the space is not actually used as a garage. It's actually where I think the bathroom and the kids' room ends up going. But visually from the outside, you can like pretend your Sims have a car, and I think that's really fun. But anyways, now that we're getting rid of all the walls, trying to figure out what we want to look on the inside, I struggled a little bit at first to kind of figure out the indoor color palette. I wanted to use like specific color wood and like specific counters, and I kind of changed my mind a couple times, especially with the stair railings and then the countertops in the kitchen. I was just like, I thought I wanted to do it one way, and then I built a lot of the living area, and then I decided I didn't like it and I changed it. But I'm really happy with the final product of this. Came out a little bit better than I expected, so I was pretty happy. And I definitely did use a few too many packs. I use like Get Together, Snowy Escape. I use some bricks from like Cottage Living, Dream Home Decorator. I think I used some kids room stuff or like family or parenthood rather. So yeah, sometimes I do like to build things that where I reduce the packs and I try to challenge myself to make something look a specific way with fewer options, and I think that makes me be a little bit more creative. But sometimes I like to do builds like this where I push myself to do something new and I just let myself use whatever I want. And I feel like that's what keeps things fun. But if you have any ideas of pack limitations or specific things that you'd like to see me build based on the packs that you have, you should make sure to comment down below and let me know what those things are. And if I see something that's really interesting, I will for sure build it on my channel. So, yeah. But here's what I was talking about earlier where I went back and I changed all the wood tones to be a lot warmer. And I think it made the kitchen area just look a lot nicer. And I feel like it's a good little living space. Like you have your little couch and TV area for your Sims, but then you also have like a kitchen table and a breakfast bar. And I feel like it looked really cute. And then here's where I'm adjusting the proportions so that I could fit an entire bathroom. And there's another little tiny half bathroom that will go upstairs eventually, but I wanted to have the full bathroom downstairs, especially because if you decide that you want to play with a toddler in the house and replace one of the kid beds I put in with a toddler bed, it's so much easier in the bathrooms just downstairs. You don't have to worry about schlepping your toddler upstairs or downstairs and like wrangling them too much. But then the upstairs has the parents' bedroom, and then the loft gets turned into a little workspace, study space, because is I think my favorite part of the house is the loft, which you'll get to see in a couple of minutes. So hold on to your horses because it ends up looking really good when I'm done with it. Um, Especially once I actually start to put decorations up. And this is kind of just a part of how I build. I try to go in and I imagine what I want the floor plan to look like, and I divide up all the rooms. And then once I've kind of figured out what I want the floor plan to look like, I put in the big furniture objects. So like, toilet, sink, shower, bed, basic bedroom things, and then, couch, TV, like basic furniture. And then once I've kind of decided what I want the basic layout to be, then I start going back and I add in things like rugs and clutter items unless there's something that just totally catches my eye off the get-go. And I think that the kids' room was probably the part that was, oddly enough, the most difficult for me to build because I couldn't figure out what style I wanted to go for. I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do the layout. And I just, I changed my mind a ton of times. And then I decided to go for kind of like this, like forest themed kids room, and I thought that that was kind of fun. I really wanted to put in the little like Sims Pokemon station, or the Void Critters battle station, but I couldn't get it to fit, and then I tried to put it in the living room, but there just wasn't enough space, so I gave up on it. Um, yeah, now I see I'm going in with the adding some more details, like putting the rugs in the rooms, and just kind of trying to tie it all together and also just break up the wood floor because it's a lot of bright wood, and I feel like that kind of gets hard to look at eventually, and I feel like having the rugs breaks it up a little bit while still keeping it light on the inside. And then I decided to go for like a bold choice with this dark blue wallpaper, or not dark blue, but like the deep blue wallpaper, and I really like it. I think it looks really good. I think it makes the other parts of the house pop a lot just because you have like this deep blue and it makes all the kind of more simple colors look really nice. Um, I changed my mind a little bit upstairs, I think. I had a tough time figuring out how I wanted to do the upstairs. I thought I wanted the whole thing blue, and I'm pretty sure I just ended up doing that one accent wall blue behind the desk, and then I kept the whole downstairs blue because I thought it was really fun and really bright. And I think, when I play in this house with my Sims, I'm gonna really like having the bright colors. Then I also wanted to have just like paintings and fun things in the house, and really try to use the space wisely. Um, have like a little desk in the living room with a laptop on it. And I was trying to figure out, a good thing to put behind it, and literally nothing slots up to that shelf except for a few items that I wasn't really keen on, so I didn't put those there. But I did put that little bookshelf on, or I cheated it onto the cabinet, so it looks like the books are on the cabinet, and I thought that was a really cute detail, and I was a big fan of it. I also thought of doing this like wood paneling behind the bed, and then I just decided that I wasn't really vibing with it. Um, but yeah, I decided to really lean into the blue theme downstairs. I have the blue chairs, I have the blue lights, have some paintings with some blue in them just to try to tie the whole room together. And then the bathroom is pretty simple, um, as is just kind of the I don't know what I'm saying here, the walls in general, like they're not patterned. But here is the favorite part that I have of the house, which is this little shelving clutter arrangement above the desk. I feel like it turned out so cute. I had like the llama, and then I had these paintings which have to lean up against the wall, but I shrunk them down and then I lifted them onto the shelf, and I feel like it looks so cute with like the boxes, the paintings, and you have like the llama in front and like a little plant, and then just some clutter with the magazines and the tissue box and the books. I felt it was really realistic and was kind of like, oh, I'm a blogger, like, I like interior design. I have this cute little station set up for me to work at, and and then I also put a little butterfly photo. I think it looks so stinking cute. I'm kind of obsessed with it, if you couldn't tell. I've talked about it a lot. But if you like that little kind of like Instagram vlogger, cute desk area, let me know. Or maybe you think it looks awful, and I guess you could also let me know, but I will be a little bit sad if you tell me you don't like it. But, everyone's entitled to their opinion. So, I'm just kind of putting the final details on the inside. I wanted to do something cool on the wall upstairs, and then I was like, it's kind of too much with the wallpaper, and I was trying to put some more plants in, especially spice up the parents' room a little bit. I felt like it looked a little bit boring, so I put the chair in the corner. I feel like that made me feel a little bit better in it. And then I put that poof down in the living room just to give it a little bit more, like to give your Sims a little bit more seating so they can, hang out as a family and watch TV or like do their homework or whatever type of gameplay you like. I was trying to put a rug underneath here too and make it look cute, and it just wasn't really working, so I decided to put a plant instead. Because, when in doubt, just use plants. But yeah, now the final touches are just to put a little bit of landscaping down, making a pretend little gravel driveway for the car. Maybe I ended up going with like a concrete driveway for the car, and then just filling in some dirt that I'm going to put some plants in. And I try to keep the landscaping pretty simple because I feel like if it's too complicated, it just kind of looks bad. But I did have a little gravel path and some trees, and then I just put down a couple of flowers. This house is on my gallery, just kayflye is the same as my YouTube handle, so if you'd like to download it, feel free. And also, if you like this video, you should give it a big thumbs up, comment down below what you thought of this house, and I'll see you guys all next time. Thanks so much for watching, and also remember to subscribe.